G'day, Heath here from pickinglessons.com. O'Carolan 174. This is such a lovely melody. We're in the key of C, we're in 6/8 time. This is a great tune for the advancing beginner picker on the mandolin because we're in 6/8 time and often we find jigs played at quite a fast tempo in the 6/8 time signature. This being a tune that's a little bit cruisier in tempo, we're still working on the same right hand structure for our rhythm. So it's a nice entry into jigs, even though this is not a jig, but our right hand picking patterns are the same. So we're going to have a look at part A of the tune here in this video in a moment. But if you head to pickinglessons.com, you're able to grab yourself a copy of the tablature. In the member section there, we'll also break down part B and you'll have some play along and backing tracks there as well. Okay, so part A, we are in the key of C. And 6/8 time, that's what we're really going to focus on. We're going to focus on the right hand and the picking structure attached to the rhythm. So very quickly, 6/8 time, we have two beats or two pulses in the bar. So 1, 2, 1, 2, but they're broken down into eighths in two groups of three. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So if we look at just measure 3 very quickly, the rhythm structure there, you can hear that. So that's the 6/8 time signature and that's the feel we're dealing with. Now there are rhythm variations and we'll look at those as we come across them as well. Firstly, that pickup note is in the last 6th, 8th note of the count-in bar. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that's on the 6th, 8th note of that count-in bar. Now that's going to be an upstroke and we're going to come down on the next beat. Now this is the important part. Our downstroke wants to align itself with that pulse. So when we hit the pulse, we want to play a downstroke for that stronger emphasis for our note. So for the count in, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, down. Yeah, we're going to play that down. The next note is the upstroke. So when we have a quarter note and an eighth, down, up. 1, 2, 3. First beat, first bar. Yeah, down, up. Counting that would be 1, 2, 3. Next beat is easy. Down, up, down. 3 notes. Yeah, put the first bar together. We have down, up, down, up, down. Ready and. One more time. With the pickup. 4, 5, 6, 1. Remembering that pickup was an upstroke. All the picking directions in the tablature. So if you get a little lost, just have a quick look in the tab and you'll be right, yeah? The second measure, this one we have some 16th notes in the rhythm. So the variation here we have 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the picking direction for this, we have the down on the beat, down and up for the 16ths. Yeah, and then another downstroke just to keep our picking moving along. And then the next half with down, up, down. So sometimes we have 2 downstrokes in a row. That's going to be a bit of a feature of this time signature. Now we're at a slow tempo. That's okay. We do a similar thing or the same thing in a jig and often they're a lot quicker. But this is where we want to develop that right hand approach for these sort of picking and rhythm patterns. So measure 2 ends up being down, down, up, down, down, up, down. One more time. Ready and. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Measure 3 is an easy one for the right hand. Down, up, down, down, up, down. Now this is a very standard, yeah, so just the 6/8 notes in the measure. Down on the pole, so down, up, down, down, up, down. Again, we get the 2 downstrokes there in the middle of the measure. Now the left hand fingering is all very standard, very straightforward in this opening position, but it's all in the tablature too if you do need it. Let's move along. Measure 4, measure 4. We continue this theme for our right hand, just following the 8th notes. Down, up, down, down, up, down. Measure 5, similar idea. Now, measure 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Third and second fingers there. Now the picking hand, we have the dotted 8th note. So we're going to play that as a down, then the upstroke on the 16th. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, up, down, down, up, down, ready, and. Yeah, it's a good one. We have a similar thing in measure 7, but the other way around. So it's measure 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Down, up, down, up, down. Measure 8. Yeah, a little arpeggio. Down, up, down, following that picking structure. Repeat the A section twice. The focus really needs to be on the right hand. If you can develop good right hand technique for the 6/8 time signature, that's going to help if you haven't really played many jigs before, and they are usually quicker than something like we're playing today with this O'Carolan 174, which is much slower. It's not a jig, but it's in the 6/8 time signature, and it's slower, meaning we can really focus on the right hand. But that's going to help if you want to have a go at a jig. Yeah, the right hand structure is going to be the same, just at a different tempo. So check that out. Get to know that section, pickandlessons.com. We're going to break down part B in the members section there, but you can also grab a copy of the tablature. pickandlessons.com. I'll see you there.